I made a video a couple of days ago about how terrible Uber Eats seems to have become. And that was mainly focusing on how absolutely dreadful their fees are, which they are. But there's another company that is grinding my gears quite a lot, and that is Just Eat. But for all different reasons. Fees wise, golden. For me, every Just Eat order I do pays extremely well. Can't complain at all about fees on Just Eat. However, the way the app works seems to be completely broken. So Just Eat took over my area a year ago. Before that, Stuart had the contract to do all the Just Eat orders. And everything worked fine. Everything worked fine. The orders seemed to be allocated pretty fairly between riders. Everyone was happy. The fees maybe weren't quite as high as they are now. But order volume was good. Like, you knew that you'd probably get between 2 or 3 Stuart/Just Eat orders an hour, and you can make a decent amount of money. Pretty standard, fair enough. Obviously, a year ago, Just Eat came in. They've taken all the orders in their own app, in-house app, and the app is a disaster. A complete and utter disaster. I don't know whether it's just in my area, but I don't think it is from what I've been seeing online. Obviously, the latest thing that they brought in, which now seems to be broken already, is the PIN codes to try and stop people from stealing food, which is something that seems to be happening quite a lot. PIN codes already seem to be broken. Seems like every single customer has a PIN code, but drivers aren't being told to take them. So what's the point of having the PIN code in the first place? I think since they've been introduced, I've actually had to input one out of, I don't know, 20 or 30 orders. So, madness. So the shift system is just a disaster. People are using bot grabbers to grab shifts, so quite often you can't get the shifts that you need. Like I say, the app itself is very laggy. It seems like unless you are in absolute pristine internet signal, it won't work properly. Waiting time fees, sometimes they're paid, sometimes they're not. You wait at McDonald's, it will pretty much definitely not be paid. Some restaurants you wait, you get paid a decent amount, some restaurants you don't. There's no clarification about it when you speak to them in the app. They just say you'll be paid for your waiting time, but they won't tell you what rate. I find it really strange with like how orders are given out as well, because I'll have I could have a Saturday. In fact, I did have a Saturday a few weeks ago where I was online for 8 hours on Just Eat, and they offered me 2 orders in 8 hours of being online on a Saturday. But then there was a random Tuesday morning where I did, in 3 hours, nearly £70. So what's that all about? There's no consistency in their app whatsoever. Trying to think what else. Support. Again, a disaster. The fact that you can't, you know, if you arrive at a restaurant and you've got 2 pickups, one of them's ready, one of them's not going to be ready for like 30 minutes, you can't just decline one. Again, just stupid, because what are you going to do? You like wait for the other one and the first one's gone cold. Also, most of the apps are guilty of this one: double pickup, double drop-offs, or even more than that with Uber. That's another thing I don't get. Quite often it'd be 2 different pickups, like 2 miles away from each other. Both restaurants renowned for having a delay, and 2 different drop-offs. Like, there's just too many chances for there to be a delay there to make it worthwhile. But yeah, that's my experience of Just Eat. I feel like it is just broken as an app. But what do you guys reckon? Let me know in the comments down below. I'm not saying they're the worst app, because definitely they pay the best, but I think they're the worst one where it comes to managing the actual technology.